Anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan. Ms. Brosh.
It's an ordinance adopting an anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan for the municipality of West Milton. Whereas the municipality of West Milton intends to seek funding from the Ohio Department of Services Agency to finance a portion of the Ludlow Falls Sanitary Sewer Project. And whereas the Ohio Development Services Agency regulations require that all grantees of an anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council for the Village of West Milton, Ohio as follows. Section 1, the attached anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan is hereby adopted, and should any of the activities involving the project include demolition or conversion of low-income housing units, the adopted plan will be adhered to. Section 2, this ordinance shall become effective from and after the earliest date permitted by law.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Manager Klein.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an ordinance. Will require 2 readings. Essentially, it's great news. And what I mean by that is we've been talking about this now for a couple of years, and we've put together a financial plan, and we'll be putting out to bid probably in February, early March, that we will be providing sanitary sewer to the village of Ludlow Falls. Our sewer goes as far north as Donna Jane, and then where it stops. We will be providing all essentially 100 customers in Ludlow Falls sanitary sewer. Having done that, it's going to be, we're estimating it, or the engineers estimating it to be over a $3 million project. About a year ago, we were fortunate enough to receive a $1 million grant from the Army Corps of Engineers. We were told, and we know that we were eligible for 2 other grants for unsewered communities. One is approximately $600,000 and the other one's $500,000. So that comes out to about $2.1 million. We had always estimated and assumed that both the village of Ludlow Falls and the village of West Milton would be taking on the debt of about $1 million when it came to construction of the sanitary sewer project. I'm happy to announce that we have for sure received a $1 million grant from the Ohio EPA to be able to administer, and it's technically a loan forgiveness program. It's a grant. We didn't think we were going to get it. We were basically told a couple years ago that we weren't going to get it, and we did. To be able to administer that grant, you have to have a anti-displacement ordinance on the books. We assumed at first that we would be able to fall under the Miami County ordinance or law of displacement, because Miami County has received these similar types of grants over the course of years. The state of Ohio said no, that the village should pass its own. It does require us, should we have to demolish a lower moderate income home during the project, that we would have to help relocate them. I can assure you that's not in any of the plans, but we do have to have the legislation that requires us to do that, should we have to. But no one's house is getting torn down in this project. But we are totaling $3.1 million in grants for a project that we're estimating to cost $3.1 million. So it's a huge deal for both us and Ludlow Falls. Yep. And this would just be the first reading. We'll have a second reading in February.
Thank you, Manager Klein. Our last piece of legislation tonight is CM-20-1, which is a resolution commending and thanking Denny Franz. Jason.
Whereas in 1969, when Richard M. Nixon was President of the United States and a gallon of gasoline was 35 cents, the West Milton Fire Department accepted their first 19-year-old, Dennis France, better known as Denny, to be a member, and
whereas Denny rode on the tailboard of old fire engines in hard rains and heavy snows in response to many emergencies, and
whereas Denny, during Denny's tour, he was witness to many advancements in fire service, such as turnout gear that included a coat and rubber boots, to state-of-the-art full protective gear or heavy steel air packs to a much lighter aluminum pack, and entire evolution of how to fight a fire or mitigate a vehicle crash, and
Whereas Denny missed many family functions and holidays away from his wife and children due to responding to thousands of fire department commitments, such as emergency calls, meetings, trainings, and work details, and
Whereas Denny France, through experience, hard work, and dedication, advanced through the ranks of lieutenant, captain, assistant chief, and since January 1st, 1989, he has served as chief of the West Milton Fire Department, and
Whereas I had the pleasure of working side by side with Denny since joining West Milton Fire Department in 1985 and with the Service Department in 1987 until his retirement in July of 1999. During this time, I learned much and witnessed Denny lead by example, working in the harshest conditions. I can attest that Denny's 50 years of service was exceptional and he will be impossible to fully replace. A commitment to the citizens of West Milton and Union Township will be forever grateful.
Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio, that, Section 1, the Council of West Milton hereby expresses its sincere gratitude and appreciation to Dennis France for his dedication and commitment to the citizens of West Milton. Section 2, the Council of West Milton sends well wishes for long health and happiness as Denny enters a new phase of life and retirement. In Section 3, this resolution shall take effect and be in full force on and after its adoption. Are there any motions?
I'd like to make a motion to accept resolution CM-20-1 as accepted, or as read.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Chief.
If I could talk or not. I said, oh, we'll do this, but I just like to thank everyone for this honor. It's been my pleasure to have served for 50 years to the citizens of West Milton and with the group of great guys that I've served with. And hopefully you guys will get 50 in too someday. It just seems like I got on yesterday, so it goes very, very quickly. So, but again, thanks everyone for this and your support throughout the years, and hope you continue to support the firemen and the fire department for the next 50 years or 100 years, however long they're here. So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
well, there it is. This was not the one, this is the back.
Manager Klein, I believe we'll meet up.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor, Council, guests, Fire Department, everyone. Happy New Year. Looking forward to 2020. I would like to present to you David J. David was born and raised here in West Milton. His dad was on the fire department for 36 years and retired as chief at the end of 1988 when Denny took over in 1989. David has been with the fire department for 38 and a half years. You still have some time to go if you want to try to catch 50. He joined in 1978, had a little education detour and job detour to California, but then came back in 1985 when he rejoined the fire department. He was a lieutenant, a captain, and he has been our assistant chief since 1993, for 27 years. He has a master's degree in engineering management, and he worked as a program manager at Wright Pat Air Force Base from 1985 until he retired in the end of December of 2018. I would like to ask Mr. J, Captain J, to come, or Chief J, to come up and let's administer an oath. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, David J.,
Being duly sworn according to law,
being duly sworn according to law,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and the laws of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution and the laws of the State of Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties as Fire Chief
discharge the duties of Fire Chief
of the Municipality of West Milton
of the Municipality of West Milton
in Miami County, Ohio,
in Miami County, Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite his wife Dawn, if she would like to be gentle and pin his chief's badge.
Thanks for everyone showing up. It's going to be a hard job taking over for Denny, but he left the department in a great shape, so we'll continue on from here. Great group of guys, and I don't have too many concerns about it, so thank you.
I'd like to invite everyone to remain after the council meeting. We will have refreshments in the rear. We have some, well, just some refreshments that we'll have ready right after the meeting. So please stick around so you can talk to Denny, congratulate Chief Jay, and also congratulate our newest council members. Welcome aboard, along with Vice Mayor Hurst and Councilwoman Kopp. I only have two other items to present to council for this evening. We have a couple of openings that we were able to convince outgoing council members Karen Grudich and Scott Fogel to say yes to volunteering. One is a records commission. It's a commission that approves the destruction of records once they've been approved by the state of Ohio. It is something that's required by law. We do have an opening on that, and Karen was gracious to say yes, that she would serve on that. So it does need a council approval of appointment.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Karen Grudich to the Records Commission and thank her for her service.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you. And also, we do have an opening on our Board of Adjustments. Many communities call it a Board of Zoning Appeals. Here at the village, we call it a Board of Adjustments. Mr. Fogel has graciously agreed to serve on that, and I see him out in the audience. Good to see you. But also, the Board of Adjustments does require a council approval for appointment.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion to appoint Scott Fogel to the Board of Adjustments and thank him for his 8 years of service.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Just a reminder, this is odd, we always meet on the second Tuesday and the fourth Tuesday of the month. This is the first Tuesday of the month, so you have 3 weeks between now and our regular scheduled workshop. The only other thing that I was reminded of is we're typically at the end of February. It's typically the last Thursday, and I will verify that with both Union Township and the school. We usually typically host that joint meeting at the end of February. I'll keep reminding every of you to keep that on your calendar for in our weekly memos. Other than that, I'd like to thank and congratulate Chief Jay, and I'd also like to congratulate Denny for 50 years of service. That's not too many people who can say that. Good job. That's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Manager. Any old business by council this evening? Any new business?
I do have some new business. I have some exciting news. I am a business owner in downtown West Milton with the store Revive It, and another business owner downtown that has a Stay Classy boutique across the street from me. We've been talking and having some casual conversation about just the visions of what our town could be. So we've decided to start a nonprofit, and we have been federally recognized now as a 501c3. And so we're an organization dedicated to revitalizing the growth of West Milton. It is our mission to create an environment in which new businesses desire to plant roots, support existing businesses in many different aspects, and form a place where our community can gather with pride. So the reason for this organization is to help improve our downtown. And our organization will be funded by through donations, and we're gonna be having monthly events. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of events happening downtown, and the events are to support this organization, and it's called Project Revival. So whenever you see the name Project Revival associated with an event, it's to help with downtown funding. Our first little project that we have is a mural that we're gonna be doing on one of the sides of the buildings. So it's exciting, and we're just hoping to, get our town going. So support any of the events that you see that have to do with Project Revival, and I don't know, it's exciting.
It is.
That's not it.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, good to hear.
Good work. I would also like to bring up, there's gonna be a grand opening this coming Saturday.
Yes.
Downtown, there's a new salon opening up, the Salon on Miami. And I'm drawing a blank on the address.
You know what? It's right across the street from the public parking lot, from our
Yeah.
main parking lot down there, and I don't know the exact address, but she's got a big yellow sign up, and from 12 to 3 is her grand opening, and I think the ribbon cutting is at 11:45.
11:45.
So,
Yep.
yep.
Yeah, so if anybody or everybody can attend, that would be great, and hopefully we'll see you all down there. So, any other new business? Any comments by citizens this evening? Seeing none.
You might stick around for.
Yes, I would like to ask everybody to stick around. I think that we have some refreshments to be had, so at that point, are there any motions?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Thank you.